2 minutes and your nose is already in the books.
I can go from 0 to studying in less than 60 seconds.
Very impressive. Mail call.
Welcome back to my channel. Today I woke up at 7:30 to follow my to-do list as it is, and this is the one I made last night. I started first with physics a little late from the time I was supposed to begin, and I was working on the first chapter of physics where I was finally finishing up and revising the notes from my last tuition class, and this was just the next morning, and I had the tuition class on Friday. And had I left it to be done for a later day, honestly speaking, I would have remembered nothing my teacher said, and I would have just sat blank for some hours before anything would have started making sense to me. So the faster the better. So here is a quick notes run through. I really like how my notes turn out. I pulled a solid 2 hours 45 minutes, and taking off the first task off the to-do list always feels so good. Coming back to the next study session, this was my second study session, and I was doing chemistry, and I was basically preparing for an exam that I was going to have next or the coming Saturday basically, and it was on haloalkanes and haloarenes. And even though I really like chemistry, I'm very apprehensive about the questions that are going to come, and I'm not very confident, so I'm just trying to build the confidence. The 5-hour morning session target is met, and so I could tick off the second task of my to-do list. The third session was light, interesting, and yet it was for a test that I had in my English tuition, and I was studying Macbeth. I really like studying Shakespeare's drama, but sometimes it gets too hard with the science subjects. I did it for an hour, but it was not really on my list, so right now, so I had to make a separate column for it, and here I ticked off the third task of the day, but not for as much hours as it should have been. This is the fourth and the last study session of the day, and I was supposed to do biology, but I wasn't in the mood for it, so I just did chemistry as it interests me, and I solved some questions which were okay-ish. So I could solve them. I could solve some of them, and some of them were wrong. So yeah, it was all good. It at least made a little sense to me, so it goes okay by me. In class 12, I'm making my final notes in the iPad, and as they are easily editable, and I'm not sure if it's a very good idea, but for now I will probably stick to it. Here is a quick notes run through and what I did for this session, and I am proud of how my notes turned out, and the practice session was all good and well. I couldn't study for the target of 10 hours for sure, but this was the last session and I could pull an 8-hour study session.